numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchdown. Back, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On first down, Wilson. This will be caught by Brown. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Switch. He's coming. We got double up. 14. Safety screaming. One left.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. This is Carson, and he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Draw play. This is Carson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 13. It's a first down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play, and it cost him.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. Looked like man coverage, able to read it there on the outside for the completion. That'll be something to track as the game goes along here.
It certainly will, and there's so many different ways that they will try to figure out.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Mullins and the Niners now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. In on the stop, Bradley McDougal. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now this time he'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, 82 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And Dixon has it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
All go special!
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. DeForest Buckner gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Yeah, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense. When the quarterback sneakers run well, many at home wonder, what's so tough about that? Just take the snap and move forward. But it really pays to be shifty like a Russell Wilson because you have to know where the hole is and get there quickly.
56, right there, 56. Check. Kill.
On first down, Carson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Now on 2nd and 16. Wilson, wide open receiver, complete. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Now a man who played collegiately here in the Golden State, Rashad Penny. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call it a loss of 8 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Being chased out left. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. And that penalty will move the ball to the 1-yard line.
So difficult to cover a fade route, and you're talking about into the end zone, and sometimes you panic a little as a defender. The offensive guys are really smart.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Taking it in from a yard out as they are now on the board here in the first half. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Extra point up and through by Myers, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And an alley to run. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big pickup of 38. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Garoppolo looks to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
11.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5 now. Garoppolo to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. This from 44 yards away. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. Gets fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawk defense. It'll be a loss of 1. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. On the screen, this is Coleman. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
We'll see what they have up their sleeve. Now Rashad Penny. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
When teams have a tough time running the ball, as this one has throughout this game, it's so easy to just say, forget it, let's throw the football. But that's exactly why you stay with the running game. Eventually, you stick with it, you make some adjustments, you often find ways to run the ball better as the game goes on.
Throwing is Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. Better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better. Alert. 51 to Mike.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. And he whips that one incomplete there. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. On third down, Wilson. Forced out to his left, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead.
That's tough when they're defensively because look at the stops they got on first and second down, and it's first and second and goal. And then on third down, they cover the receivers, but they leave an alley open for him to find, and he does. That is frustrating. You do almost everything right, and he still ends up in the end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
One, Omaha.
Looking to throw again on second down. Garoppolo. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Ziggy Ansah just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Here we go.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Here we go.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Lock. Hey, Haywood.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Penny. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Now it's Wilson. They set up the screen to Penny. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. From the gun, it's Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
It's our time. It's our time. Ready?
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
21. Here we go.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. This one into the hands of Hurd. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. They'll run on first down. Coleman. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Garoppolo. Now, the stiff arm created some space initially, but he's taken down not long after. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Their mobile quarterback doing it himself from 9 yards out. And the 49ers have retaken the lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out? And got his man, complete, 20, 10, and all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 83 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Their own 29-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Yeah, and that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
It's a gain of 7, and just like that, it's third down. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Check three. Hey, wahoo! 54 is Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54. I got you, Pop. Let's go.
On fourth down, Knight. He finds an opening past the 40. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Garoppolo finding his tight end Kittle, and that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Gun. I got you. 57, Mike 57. I'm on.
Back to throw, Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked him a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10.
56 to Mike. 56 to Mike. Let's get the ball.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
56, Mike, 56, right there, right there. Alert. We own this.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a 1st down. Good work that time to get him to jump, and now here's 1st and 10. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. And they take a knee.
And there it is, that symbol that ends a game that one team loves and the other team can't stand. Taking a knee. And guess what? The visitors came in and got it done. Wild card.
Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.